Hello, everyone, and welcome to the big show. This is Investing and Trading Live, and we are live today on the podcast on YouTube. I always wanted to say that, just like my good old friend from WWE. We are live, but it's a good day to be here. I've had a lot of coffee, and we are going to have a fun time talking about the stock market here today. My name is Josh Lilquist, and I have my good friend, my dear friend, my good pal, my dear pal, Mr. Al Connickson. You know, I'm just being a really nice guy today, Al. How are you doing today?
That coffee is doing a job on you, Josh. Hey, you know, I'm doing fantastic. I appreciate the intro. How are you doing?
I am also doing fantastic. As I mentioned, I love talking about the stock market, but I also like talking about other things as well. Futures, Forex, options, and that's exactly what we're going to do on the show here today. And our sponsor, Online Trading Academy, 25 years teaching people just like you how to trade, how to invest, how to get started trading and investing, and how to hopefully have more consistency if you've been trading for many, many years and you want to get a boost. So that being said, let's get into the markets. I mean, last week, a week ago, we had a big upward move in the markets. The stock market went up, S&P 500. Oil actually went down a little bit last week. So it's been kind of in that range of $85 to $90 per barrel range. So our gas prices are pretty steady, we'll say. And, you know, we know that inflation hasn't stopped. Is it slowing? It did a smidgen, but let's see what happens with the next reports coming out here. The U.S. dollar had a pretty large drop last week as well, going down from 110 all the way down to about 106 last week. So that's kind of the inverse correlation of the U.S. dollar and the stock market. When we talk about correlations or inverse correlations, those are odds in your trading and investing. And just like the title of the show here on YouTube, retirement is inevitable. It's going to happen. Whether you like it or not, it's going to happen, and most people want it to happen. But what does that look like to you? Everybody has a different perspective on what retirement might look like. Al, you help a lot of people prepare for that. We're going to talk about different strategies and techniques here today on how to prepare. But you also help people build that vision early enough in life to have that opportunity. So that being said, let's talk about the markets, how we can help our listeners make that promised land.
Well, you know, we talk all the time about the things that impact the market. We're going through earnings season. Earnings are huge. But also what people are really waiting on is a pivot point by the Fed. When are they going to start to slow down their interest rate increases? About 2 weeks ago, we had the CPI report. That was softer than we thought. That was good news. That really indicates what the retail inflation is. Last week on Tuesday, we had the PPI, the Producer Price Index. That rose 0.2% instead of the estimate of 0.4%.
So for our listeners, explain real quick what that PPI
means. That's wholesale inflation. That's all of the ingredients that kind of go into the products that are sold to the public. So that typically, if that's high, that's passed on to the public in increased prices. So both of those numbers, CPI and PPI, came in light, which is exactly what the Fed has wanted to happen. So that's what's caused these big moves up. When that PPI number came out, the Dow opened up like 338 points, something around that range on Tuesday. This is what the public has been waiting for. So here's what we want to do for our students, Josh. You mentioned people going into retirement. This is the time to be prepared for retirement. Don't wait until you're in retirement. If you are, and we'll talk about that later in the show, how to handle that situation. But one of our goals is to help people not make trading and investing more complicated or difficult than it has to be. The real complication, the real difficulty really is in the individual. It's in the trader, not in the market. So how do you keep it simple? Well, what we want to do is learn how to achieve more profit with less risk, with minimal risk. Those are the two key components, I think, that everybody wants to achieve. And both of those are found on a price chart. Everything you need to know about a stock or a company is on those charts. Everything that's known about that particular company is reflected in its current price. So what's really important is knowing how to identify whether its price is going to go up or down, and then how far is it going to go? That's your profit. Both of those things, the direction, up or down direction, and the profit potential, that's reflected on a price chart, and we can find that. But it's basically the relationship between buyers and sellers, also known as supply and demand. That's what you have to understand. That's really what drives price. What does the public use? Instead of using that strategy, the public typically makes their decisions based on opinions. What are opinions? It's basically a guess as to what you think is going to happen. That's the wrong way to do it. Or people use fundamental analysis. And fundamental analysis is great for identifying whether it's a good company or a great company, but not whether it's a good investment at this time. You can have a great company, but it's a bad investment at this point in time. So those are the things that we want to help our students understand. It really gets down again to maximum profit, minimal risk, how to do that on a consistent basis.
Yeah, I like how you brought up some of those topics, but one of the key topics I just want to make sure our listeners understand is you really need to keep your trading and investing simple. I was just talking with some good friends this weekend, and they were talking a lot about, man, I really want to get in the markets, but it's just so confusing. I don't get it. And what happens is people just put their hands in the air and say, I don't even want to do it. I'll trust a stranger, which would be like a broker or advisor. And then they do nothing. And then by the time it gets to retirement time, it's kind of the topic here today, they're like, boy, I wish I would have did something different. But then they're so confused, like, I can't believe this happened to me. And then they're living less of a lifestyle. They're not doing the fun things that they want to do. They're not feeling comfortable in retirement, but it's because they didn't prepare. That's why we're seeing so many people come to these investing classes that we have here at the Academy to start to prepare.
Right.
Don't worry about, how it looks. Remember, TV, Wall Street, and all the, financial shows is designed to make you be confused. It's supposed to do that because they want to control the money. So you put your hands up and do nothing. Don't be that person. Be that person. Just say, okay, that's what it's entertainment. Learn the skills and techniques and how to make decisions in the markets and do that properly. And now with these investing classes, we really help people understand what's happening with TV and internet and all that crap that's out there. Excuse my French, but that's true. So coming to these classes, which will dive into how the market actually works, how, we can take advantage of of the markets. We can use the markets to our advantage, but you need the proper techniques and strategies, and that's what we're going to introduce you to in these investing classes. We have a free investing class for people that are brand new to the markets and want to see what it's all about. You can text right now for 2 seats. Text the word investing to the number 210-210. That's text investing to the number 210-210 for 2 seats for a free investing class. We also have people that know they want to be in the market. They want to get it started trading investing, and they just want to dive right into it. You can call. Call right now, 888-682-6466. This is for a 3-day class. It's only $99. When you call in, make sure to mention you want the $99 3-day investing class. Coming up next, income strategies and how to reach those golden years of retirement, not spending time at the golden arches. This is Josh and Al. We'll be right back.